The world was a symphony of sirens and screams. In Brooklyn's Marcy projects, a boy opened his eyes to a reality that was raw, unforgiving, and loud. Every corner held a story, every shadow a threat. Survival wasn't a choice, it was the only lesson. Childhood was a blur of concrete walls and broken promises. The streets were a living predator, swallowing the weak. He learned to move with awareness, senses sharpened by danger. The city's rhythm was his heartbeat, sirens his lullaby. He was one of many, odds stacked against him, but a quiet ambition burned within. The concrete jungle was his cradle, forging resilience and hunger. He was a product of this place, but determined not to be its prisoner. His home was a fragile kingdom ruled by a queen, his mother. She worked 2 jobs, her love and will unbreakable. The absence of his father left a wound, a lesson in abandonment. Scarcity was constant, every meal a blessing. He learned to make something out of nothing, watching his mother perform miracles with pennies. She filled their home with books and music, nurturing his mind. Education was her gift, hope her legacy. She saw his spark, encouraged his curiosity, and taught him the value of resilience. In her, he found his anchor and his first vision of strength. She was raising not just a son, but a king. The streets became his classroom, survival the only subject. He learned to read people, master codes, and anticipate danger. Crime was everywhere, a tempting escape, but a dangerous trap. He walked a tightrope, learning economics and risk on the corner. The education was brutal, but it built a unique intelligence. He grew up fast, shouldering adult burdens as a boy. He saw the system's mechanics, determined not to be another cog. He was quietly plotting to build his own machine. By day he was a hustler, by night a poet. The streets demanded armor, but in secret he filled notebooks with rhymes. Words were his escape, his therapy, his weapon. He studied the masters, absorbed the city's rhythms, and crafted his own voice. Living a double life, he merged street lessons with art. Each verse was a brick, each rhyme a blueprint for escape. The hustle funded his dreams, but the rhymes held the power. He was building an arsenal of lyrics, documenting his life. The world saw a hustler, he was preparing for transformation. His words were his ticket out. The music industry's doors were closed, but he refused to accept no. With friends, he founded an independent label. No budget, no connections, just belief. His car trunk became his storefront, selling CDs block by block. He connected directly with fans, selling not just music, but his story. People saw his hunger, heard his truth, and joined his movement. He learned business on the fly, manufacturing, margins, branding. He was CEO, marketer, and street team in one. While others waited for deals, he built his own. The trunk was the foundation of an empire. Grit, intelligence, and belief fueled his rise. He was forcing the industry to pay attention. His grassroots wave became a tidal force. The industry came knocking. He signed a deal on his terms, keeping ownership. His rise was no accident. Years of hustle and strategy paid off. He expanded beyond music, clothing, tech, sports, entertainment. Each venture was built on authenticity and ownership. He turned pain into power, scars into wisdom. He became a blueprint for turning influence into generational wealth. Today he stands as a global icon, billionaire, and philanthropist. He built an empire from nothing but a notebook and a dream. His name is Shawn Carter. The world knows him as Jay-Z.
This is the life I chose, or rather the life that chose me. If you can't respect that, your whole perspective is whack. Maybe you love me when I fade to black. If you can't respect that, your whole perspective is whack. Maybe you love me when I fade to black. Now if you can't respect that, your whole perspective is whack. Maybe you love me when I fade to black. If you can't respect that, your whole perspective is whack. Maybe you love me when I fade.